Welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man who miraculously went 100% with his predictions last year for the 2008 Academy Awards. It's Robert Lamb.
How's it going?
So, how did you do it?
I think the whole Magic 8-Ball craze died in the 80s, early 90s?
Yeah, people were drinking them.
Well, for me, it hasn't ended yet.
Oh, so last year when you and I predicted the 2008 Academy Awards, you were using an 8-ball.
Yeah, I just shook it every time and I said, will this movie win Best Picture? And I did it for every movie, not just the ones nominated.
Yeah, that's interesting because most of the podcast was you going, is this movie is There Will Be Blood gonna win? And then you wait a second. Yes, it's gonna win.
Yep.
And that was a 7-hour podcast.
Oh, yeah, it took a long time.
I feel like it was some of your best work.
Yeah, I would say it's up there.
Because when you're waiting for the 8-balls, you kind of told me your life story about how you were a busker in England. You were a chimney sweep for a period of time. And then you met this nanny and you got flown away on an umbrella.
On an umbrella, yeah. I did tell you all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I didn't know if I told you everything.
I was in tears.
Did you see me dance with the penguins? Or, did I mention that?
No. Can you tell me about it?
Nah, it was all very cartoonish at that point.
Got it. But you danced with penguins.
Yes.
It's pretty amazing.
Yep.
Can I tell you something, Robert, before we move on to predict the 2009 Academy Awards?
You can tell me anything, Mark.
I was listening to Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Okay.
And I'm singing. I'm belting this song out. I just can't stop singing it because if you hear that song and you don't sing, there's something wrong with you. And I thought if I was in a horror movie and the horror movie villain was chasing me and I had to hide, all those movies where you have to hide in a closet and be perfectly quiet?
Yep.
If I had to do that at a concert venue where the Goo Goo Dolls were playing Iris, I'd get killed because I'd start singing the song in the closet.
Is it just Iris or is it any Goo Goo Dolls song?
So any Goo Goo Dolls song, but for some reason they decided to do Iris, Slide, Black Balloon, and then Here Is
Name?
Gone. Name.
Okay.
They're playing all the hits. And you're you have to remain perfectly quiet or the killer hears you. And all of a sudden the killer just hears, and I don't want the world to... Yeah. And then he opens up the closet door or the cupboard door or the bedroom door or I'm hiding in a Pelican case that used to have speakers and he just sees me singing or he or she sees me singing. I'm done.
But, if you were at the concert, though, and a guy was trying to kill you, how many closets do you think are at the normal venue?
Well, there's a lot of rooms. So
there's definitely a lot of rooms. That's true. Okay.
So, those labyrinth of rooms. Remember Spinal Tap? So I'm in one of those. I'm hiding. And who knows if I'm getting wiped out or not. But I'm putting myself at a serious disadvantage because I can't help but not sing a Goo Goo Dolls song.
Honestly, if you were getting chased, I would say that your best bet would probably be to run into the crowd at that time because then everyone's going to be singing it and you'll blend into the crowd.
But you're part of the crowd, you're going to get stabbed and no one will know because everyone's so passionately singing Goo Goo Dolls.
Well, that's why you have to keep running, but you meld and you just just blend into the crowd. Honestly, and I don't want to go off on a tangent, but I'm saying you want to. Anytime I go anywhere nowadays, I always bring the Marx Brother type nose and mustache, and the glasses, so that way I can always put those on in case I don't want somebody to know who I am.
See, the problem is that when I went through the concert venue, there were metal detectors, and they were like, "Why do you have this? Why are you trying to disguise yourself?"
Right.
And they took them from me. And if I'm running through the crowd at a Goo Goo Dolls concert, I'm like a deer in headlights. I'm going to look up at the stage and just start singing.
Right.
Right? And then they're just going to see me.
Not to derail this, but I would like to mention that one time I went to a concert and there were metal detectors and it wasn't metal detectors. It was just people with those wands gliding over us to make sure we didn't have anything in our pockets and stuff. and they were like, no cameras, no nothing. And my girlfriend at the time brought a camera, and she's like, this was like, 10 years ago or whatever. And I'm like, great, like, we have a camera, like, they're not going to let us bring it in there. And she was actually panicking. I'm like, no, I don't want to go all the way back to the car. Let's just try to get in. She's like, well, what are you going to do? They're going to see the camera and stuff. So they told us to take everything out of our pockets and hold it above our head while they did the wand. So I literally put the camera, like, with my wallet and my keys in one hand and then my phone in the other, and just held up my hands, and they scanned me, and we just walked right in. They didn't even notice. Yeah.
I love it.
Got one past the man.
I was too busy for Goo Goo Dolls. One time at a Florida State football game, they pat you down for alcohol, and I saw them doing it, and I had a bunch of mini bottles in my cargo shorts. Remember Abercrombie cargo shorts that you can fit everything into? Like, it's like Santa Claus's bag. You can fit that much stuff into your cargo pants.
Yeah.
And cargo shorts. And I was like, oh gosh. So I pulled out 2 bottles. I'm like, you guys got me here. And just take them so you don't have to search me. And they're like, oh, thank you. Come on in. But I had like 14 in my other pockets. And I was thinking about dancing as soon as I got through, but I was like, I'm going to play it cool. But
Plus, if you dance too much, they might fall out.
That was a good move. None of those cargo pants. You have to crawl into those things to grab them. That's the problem.
Dude, they do that like everywhere now. Like we used to go tubing down Rainbow River, and before you get on there, they make sure you don't have any alcohol. So we would sneak, alcohol into like different bottles and stuff. But they actually like check the bottles now. Wow. They're like, you have to open that bottle of whatever drink it is, like tea. And they open it and they smell it and they're like, yeah, nope, not coming on.
There was a time.
It's just a river, bro.
There was a time when I was delivering metal detectors to venues and I had to go through a metal detector. A very big one.
Does a metal detector detect a metal detector?
Yes, I've learned. It's like when Mitch Hedberg said that he wants a vending machine that vends vending machines.
That's a pretty big ass vending machine.
So what are your thoughts? Would you sing or not? Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh, I would always sing.
Okay.
It's hard for me not to sing. You know what I mean? Like if there's a song that comes on and I like the song or even remotely like the song, like just it doesn't have to be a favorite of mine. I'm gonna sing it.
I want you, everyone listening, to pause the podcast. Go to YouTube, put on Here Is Gone by the Goo Goo Dolls, and get moving in a vehicle where you can move at a decent speed at about 50 miles an hour. If it's a nice day, put the windows down. And if you don't sing, I'm worried for you.
You have a black heart at that point.
Yeah, like a black balloon?
I saw Goo Goo Dolls at Tropicana Field when I went for a Rays game. They had the summer concert series, and Goo Goo Dolls was there, and it was like with the price of admission, you got to see them play. And while the sound quality was not that good in the Dome Stadium, it was still cool to hear them sing all their hits.
Was Nick Cage on a bicycle?
No Nick Cage.
All right. Wait, was Meg Ryan on the bicycle, or was Nick Cage on the bicycle in City of Angels?
I don't remember.
That's a question. You know what? Let's just dedicate our next podcast to that question.
Have you ever done a bicycle podcast?
I have not. Would you like to do the best bicycles of cinema podcast? Pee Wee Herman,
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Peter Rabbit,
yeah.
Wicker Man,
Saw. He's on a tricycle. It's a tricycle.
Then Big Wheels. We could do The Shining.
Oh, that's true too. That's a good one.
Things that you have to pedal. We should do an entire podcast and just name things that you pedal. Let's do it, Robert.
What? Yeah, I'm down.
No, wait. Let's do the things you can pedal draft, and we'll each draft 10 pedaling.
Are we talking about pedaling or pedaling as in like
a street vendor?
Yeah, a peddler.
Like when you were a busker?
Yeah.
No, not street pedaling. We're talking more like bicycles, tricycles, big wheels.
So no peddlers. Yeah,
no.
Okay.
No, that'll be our other podcast. The best peddlers of. I mean, I got Star Wars, Phantom Menace on there.
No.
Oh man, I got some great.
It's like Tina Turner said, "Big wheels keep on turning."
I think Newsies is the best one where kids pedal things.
Sandlot, weren't they all on bikes? Or the new one?
Yep, riding bicycles. All right, well, You know what? Our next podcast is the Thing on Wheels draft.
Okay. I'm good with that.
I'm 100% serious. You think I'm joking?
I'm good.
We're doing this.
No, I'm good.
All right. All right. So we're gonna do that. So what do you think? Wanna predict the 2009 Academy Awards? Because we're super topical here at Movies, Films, and Flicks.
Yeah, why not? Like I feel like I've seen all the movies. I'm ready to guess.
You ready to guess? I mean, last time you did great. Just do me a favor. No Magic 8 Ball. I don't want to be here for 7 hours.
Honestly, it saddens me to say this, but 3 days ago I went bowling and I brought the wrong ball, and basically I threw it down and broke it.
You drank all the water, didn't you?
Is it water?
Well, I don't know. You drank it.
It was weird. It did not taste like water. It didn't taste like good water. It wasn't Fiji.
Why didn't I hear from you for 17 days after that?
I blacked out. Blacked out after that. You don't drink the water.
All right, good.
The Magic 8 Ball water.
All right, so let's start off with Best Supporting Actress, right? Okay. We have so no one's won yet because this is 2009. So we have Marissa Tomei from The Wrestler. We have Taraji P. Henson for The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, which is I've learned that that's one of the movies I hate to spell out the entire title. Like all the Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Goes to Manhattan, or Part 9, Jason Goes to Manhattan.
Right.
It's Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Like, come on. All right, but then we have Viola Davis for Doubt, Amy Adams for Doubt, and Penelope Cruz for Vicky Cristina Barcelona. So for me, movies... All right, so you're going to find this interesting. Now, this has happened 6 times in the Best Supporting Actress category this century. But it's only, I'm looking into the future, of course, because it's 2009. Right. And only twice people who have been nominated, like that hasn't even happened yet. I'm seeing the future, guys. I'm Magic 8-balling it. But that rarely happens. They're going to split the votes, right? I mean, Viola and Amy, they're going to split, correct?
Yeah.
So that leaves us with Tomei, Henson, and Cruz.
Honestly, I don't remember Taraji P. Henson too much in Curious Case, but I don't really remember Curious Case. I remember liking it, but I don't remember like it's not my favorite Fincher film, Yeah,
it's when Fincher went normal. When Fincher went Oscar.
It was still it had those dark tones and everything, but it was very it wasn't Fight Club 7 or Girl with the Dragon Tattoo dark.
Mahershala's in it too. Ali from Moonlight and Green Book. And so
I really don't remember it.
Now, these movies have gone by. The problem is Vicky Cristina Barcelona, right? Yeah. I love Penelope Cruz in that, but that's a Woody Allen picture. Mm-hmm. Yep. With a Woody Allen picture?
Without Woody.
Yeah.
But is he in it? I don't know.
He directed it. But would that get nominated today? Because everyone's like, oh, well, I guess Bohemian Rhapsody's up. Wait, no, it's 2009. Yeah. So, do you think that this would win today? Mm-hmm. Well, it's 2009, so we have to leave that alone, don't we?
I guess. I like Tomei, though, in Wrestler.
She's really good in Wrestler.
Anytime Aunt May the soon-to-be Aunt May.
Well, she is Aunt May. She's 3-time Aunt May.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She went for it.
Yeah.
So
kind of like I don't know. I mean, what was that? Darren Aronofsky?
Yeah, that was Aronofsky.
Yeah, I mean, I think she brought it in that movie. But Vicky Cristina Barcelona, I feel like of all the Woody Allen movies, that one doesn't really stick out to me.
I think the best part about that film was her performance. It was just so alive. She was with Javier Bardem, and her performance is very. I know that sounds weird, but alive. She just had this fire to her in that, and I think she's a very great actress. And I think she also got to speak in, her native. She wasn't just English as a second language.
Yeah, she did.
So she